Hey everyone, and welcome back to I Was Thinking. My name is Earl. Bleh. Wow, I messed up. Never mind, I'm Simone.
I'm Macy. I don't know what that was.
I was gonna do something funny, and then I stumbled over my own words, and then I just gave up.
You were doing like a superhero pose.
I was trying to be Urza Scarlet, because I've also been rewatching Fairy Tale in my state of not wanting to find anything new to watch and just need something to be at, peace of mind. So I'm just rewatching Fairy Tale. And Urza is my bitch, so love her. But yeah, I messed up, so it's fine. I'm just gonna go back to being Simone.
Oh my gosh.
Well, welcome to I Was Thinking. How's it going, Macy?
Good. I'll break the fourth wall because we always do this. And we just recorded The Howl's Moving Castle and my throat hates me. But yes. I don't need to talk as much this time. If you weren't familiar with my voice, you certainly were after that episode. So
I think that's the most talking you have done since joining me on this podcast.
Yeah, that's the most talking I've done in my entire normal life, because I usually don't talk. I talk more with just us in general, or with my mom or something, but I don't tend to just ramble on like that. So not that I was rambling, I had a point.
It wasn't rambling. It was good facts. We learned a lot about the movie. I truly enjoyed it. So, and I hope the people that listened to did. And if you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. Or watch the movie first and then go listen to it. But yeah, whichever one comes first.
But again, breaking the fourth wall, we didn't really talk about what we were up to in that last episode. So we could recap now what we've been up to. We talked about it off.
Yeah.
I almost said off camera, but
we're not. I don't know if we'll ever get to that point. That's too much work, but off recording.
Yeah. So we could recap what we've been doing lately if we want to do that real quick and then get into the game.
I'm sure you've done more than me because, as the listeners know, you've been in the process of moving. So I think you're finally settled now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we officially moved. We like our apartment. It's pretty good, which is good considering we didn't actually see the apartment before we moved here. We got it online and did move in all in one go. I have some grandparents that live here, so I am familiar with the area. But we're officially moved in, and I can stop freaking out. And I got a job, which is exciting.
Yay! Yay. I mean, because we didn't actually talk about you leaving your other job. If you didn't know that, you kind of implied it a little bit. I know you didn't want to talk about it at the time. It was a hard time for you. So
yeah, and I'm not so sure I really should talk about it.
No,
necessarily.
That's your own privacy. But
but I did leave that job for personal reasons, and then I was kind of waiting because I kind of knew we were gonna move, but I wasn't sure when and I wasn't sure where. So I was just kind of idling, and I was focusing on other things and kind of healing my mental state a little bit, which, we all go through rough times, and I wouldn't say that I'm healed or anything, but I do feel better. And I did get a job at PetSmart, so I'm starting their grooming program, which has legit been a childhood dream of mine. Not necessarily PetSmart's grooming, but to be a dog
just
groomer.
Grooming, yes.
Yeah, when legit, my mom reminded me of it, but when I was little and was asked what I wanted to be when I grew up, it was a dog groomer. Not a vet or anything or a princess or whatever. I wanted to be a groomer. So, childhood dream unlocked.
There you go. Not everyone's able to do that or revisit their childhood, passion. So I hope it works out for you. You seem excited about it. I'm glad you got the job, too.
Yeah, I'm
Start making
nervous.
more money.
Right. I'm pretty nervous only because ever since I left the other job, I've been kind of isolated. So I haven't really been speaking with people a lot and interacting.
We're also still going through a panorama.
Are we not allowed to say the word anymore?
Oh, no, I just like calling it different names.
Oh, okay.
Panini, Panorama, Miss Rona.
I kind of like that one. But I definitely even though I wasn't super social to begin with, and we became even less social during the pandemic, I became even more isolated because at least during the pandemic, I was talking to the people I worked with. And I did technically work in person with people. I wasn't one of the ones that was at home. Yeah. So I lost all of that. So I'm a little bit nervous going back into it because I was really nervous for the interview. And I did not sleep the night before. I was so nervous. And they were super nice and it was super casual and they didn't even ask me any of the stupid interview questions like what's your greatest flaw? What like all those like I hate those
so much. I'm sorry. Like, can you just see my resume? If you think I'm qualified, meet me in person, make sure I fit your like vibe check and you think I'll be like especially if I'm gonna be around other customers like presentable and like be able to do my job and that's it. You don't need to ask me everything else like what am I going to do in 5 years? I might not even still be here in 5 years for being honest.
I'm doing in 5 years. Like
I don't know what I'm doing now.
And it's like why do you want to work here? Money.
Exactly.
But like you can't say that.
You can't.
Now this job for me, I do have more reasons than just money because like I said it's I love animals and I've worked with I don't know if I've ever talked about this on our podcast, but I am a certified farrier, which means I can shoe horses. So that's kind of weird and a unique skill that not a lot of people have.
You do what with horses?
Shoe. Like, so I trim their feet and I put horseshoes on them.
I heard something different. Okay. And I knew that already.
Did you shoot?
I did.
A lot of people accidentally hear it when I say that. I promise I don't kill horses. I would never.
I know. I knew about that already. We've talked about that before. You're certified to make horseshoes, so right?
And I don't really do a lot of the like actual horseshoeing. It's more about the trimming because that's necessary for their health. But anyway, that's not the point. It's just I really like animals and I worked with animals in the past, and this is something that I want to do. But I am nervous in general. And luckily, the interview was really chill. It was in the break room and like another employee was even in there and I'm like, this is not very formal. But
let's break the stereotypes of formal interviews. I'm tired of them.
Right? It was much more enjoyable and they literally called me 10 minutes after I left the store to offer me the job.
Wow.
So I think I did good.
Yeah. Never heard that before. Usually it takes me like if I even hear back from them. It's not, but that's really good because it means they really liked you. So
So I'm pretty excited. And hopefully I'll like it because I've had a lot of interesting jobs, but I always end up really burnt out and really hating my situation. Like, not that long after I get the job. Like, the longest I've had a job is a year, and I'm hoping to break that with this next job. Like, I want to be there. And part of it's going to force me because when they send you to the grooming academy, you actually have to sign a contract for 2 years. So I'm in it.
Okay. Yeah, you're in this for
2 years at least. You can break it, but you just have to pay to get out of it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that, but I'm hoping that I won't want to, and it'll just be good, and I can actually enjoy what I'm doing for once, because that'll be a new feeling for me.
Right. I can't wait to feel like that, because that's not what I'm feeling right now.
Right. We all gotta have, you have to have your first, like, service-y job that you, like, hate, and you worked at Kohl's, too, so you've had 2 of those now. But
yeah, but honestly, thinking back on it, I don't even know if Kohl's was as bad as my job.
Yeah. No, I've definitely had retail jobs that I liked more.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because I was younger, but I really had really cool, like, coworkers back then, and just, like, management, even though, like, you know, not everyone's perfect, but thinking back on it, it wasn't that bad, honestly. But I knew I didn't want to stay in retail forever, but that's also my thing of just not wanting to stay in this town forever. But, you know, life happens, things are expensive, so I'm still here working to try to save up at least and then go elsewhere. My brother keeps saying, like, you know, you can just pick up and go anywhere, but I'm like, I'm not as risky as he is, so I don't think with just the way I am that would work for me. I feel like I'm like kind of like my dad in a sense, where maybe he just beat this in my head, where like I just really like to have plans before I like take the jump to do stuff, just in case it doesn't work. I have a fallback. So like if I do end up going somewhere else, I at least want to try to have like 2 months of rent like in my savings so I can survive.
It's hard to go somewhere where you don't know anybody either.
Exactly,
because,
that
like,
too.
You know, if you need help or just are lonely or whatever, it's really hard to just go to a completely new place without knowing what's going on, or at least if it's a place you visited a lot, that's one thing, but it's
my brother really wants me up there in Charlotte.
I think that would be a cool place for you. Charlotte's a really cool city. I think it would have a lot of things that you would enjoy.
Yeah, it's just hard finding a job there. Not that no one's hiring, it's just because I'm here. So if they're not doing Skype interviews anymore, which Apparently they're not. It's hard to like be in person. And then like when I was trying, they're like, when we get here, maybe you can call us back. I'm like, that's not.
I need a job before I go.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's tough.
But that's really just it. So just trying to move out of my town. Just trying to save money, trying to hold my sanity. That's why I'm rewatching Fairy Tale, okay?
Right?
I know it gets its criticism of like story plot and all that, but you know what? Sometimes I just need something that's just about magic and friendship. Albeit, but let the good guys always win. Questionable, lots of fan service, but hey, you know what? I don't really care. Right. So, Macy, should we get into what we're talking about today?
Talk about our topic, shall we?
Yes, we're playing another episode of Can You Guess My Favorite Song? And we're doing, finally, a girl group, Blackpink! Blackpink!
In your area.
Yep. Good old famous, very famous girl group,
this
Blackpink.
Is a big group. I'm a little scared, honestly, to talk about them. But I don't think that many people listen to us.
No. I mean, we did BTS and we were fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Blackpink is, and I don't mean this in a negative way, so blinks don't come for me, but they are so...
You gotta say that for every fandom at this point if we do K-pop, Macy. Just everyone, right? Don't come for us. We're our own humans. We have our own opinions. Like... Sorry if we say something you don't like, but we're not going to say an opinion to where we're bashing people. I feel like we always say constructive criticism of how we feel of stuff, trying too hard not to. Because like I've always said, everyone's human, so...
It would be a boring podcast, too, if we were always just like, oh, I like this, 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 and this, and there's nothing we talk about that to cause a conversation, so...
That's why for, like, K-pop, I don't watch reaction videos, because they're always, especially, like, on YouTube, a lot of them, and I remember I was listening to something where they were talking about it, just try to pander to the fans for the clout, and like they don't give honest opinions. There's some stuff they review and I'm like, this was terrible, but they're like, oh my god, this was the best, overhyping, and I can tell it's fake. So
right, but what I was gonna say is this. Don't cover me. Blackpink is such a popular group for not having that much music. Like they really don't have a lot to work with. So.
Well, that's one of their biggest criticism, even with the fans. Like, why...
Yeah, I don't think anyone would disagree with me.
No, that's one of their biggest criticism. Like, why do we have a group from such a controversy now, really big company over in Korea? I mean, they've always been part of the big three. Are they still part of, like, the big four? Questionable because of the way the higher-ups in the company we'll talk about a little later are... and have, like, no music. But you can almost say that with almost all their groups, right? I feel like besides, like, their earlier groups, like Big Bang and maybe 21, I even feel like maybe Icon, Treasure, who else is under White?
Well, Treasure is brand new, so I wouldn't necessarily put them in that category yet, because they haven't been out very long.
Winner? So. Is Winner under?
Is it?
No, I think they are. They are. Yes.
Are they? Yeah.
Yes.
They have, I think they have more music than Blackpink, though. So does Icon.
Anyway, I don't know. Yes, they don't have a lot of music.
Yeah, no, they're not, for being such a big company, they don't put out very much content, so.
And for being out as long as they have, so. They've been out for a while now. I think they just celebrated their 5-year, like, a couple months ago. Yeah. If not last month.
But needless to say, we've only done a top 10 because of how little music they have. We can't do it like a normal episode where we would go through each album because they don't really... They have, like, what, two actual albums?
I think
is that
one.
Right?
No, I think one.
Well, Square Up and then...
Those aren't... They're considered EPs.
Are they? Okay, well, they have a grouping of songs, like 2 groupings of songs, and then a couple singles and EPs and whatever, so not very much.
Yeah.
We couldn't break it down like we usually would.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Just had to say that out the way. So this is kind of like the card one where we just did our top 10 instead of like go through every album and pick like top, well, not every album, either every album depending how many songs they have, or like picking 5 or 6 albums and doing top 5, which was very hard. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, we did.
Me and Macy don't really talk about Blackpink, even though Blackpink was the second group you introduced me to.
Yeah, I think I showed you. You
showed me. I think I've said it like when we did the how we got into K-pop, you introduced me to BTS, EXO, and Blackpink all at the same time, like simultaneously. So
yeah, because you were like, I kind of want to get into K-pop, but I don't know where to start. I'm like, child, come this way.
Oh God. The
and
light
I got you with
lit
BTS,
up and you're like,
then...
come to the dark side. And I was like, no. This was a mistake.
Right? You can't crawl back out now. You're too in.
God, no.
Too far in.
I'm stuck in Wonderland.
Yeah. So Blackpink was definitely a initial group, which I think you liked them at first, but you definitely went down the BTS route first. And then I don't know when you circled back on your own.
I was able to get out of the BTS circle maybe early 2019 is when I finally was like, okay, maybe I should listen to other music. I did listen to Blackpink a little bit, but I didn't start adventuring out until I think maybe like January or February of 2019. Because I didn't get into K-pop until actually around this time, because we're in September. Right. So it's around my brother's birthday, I always remember. So the end of September is when I got into like BTS and K-pop of 2018, because it was like the day or two after I left, or you dropped me back off at college when we went to that Comic-Con in Tampa. So
Mega-Con, yeah.
Same thing. Same thing.
Right.
But anyway, yes. And were they the only girl group you were listening to at the time as well, or?
I honestly don't remember. They were definitely the first girl group I listened to it like at all. Because I had heard a couple of Twice songs, but I just couldn't really get into it at that point in time. And then I feel like I liked Everglow pretty soon after that. I not soon after, because I don't think they were out yet. I was going to say, when did debut? I don't know the exact date, but I know that I was with them with their debut song and then after. I
remember that too. Was that in 2019? Yeah. When
it might have been, yeah. But they were like the next group I kind of got into, but I got into them when they debuted and have been with them since, I guess. But I wouldn't necessarily call myself a stan of them because I don't know all of their names, but I like their music, so.
We've already established this, we don't need to rehash.
Yeah, I haven't, but usually most of the groups that I like, I know all their names. They happen to be one that I haven't quite gotten it yet, so don't come for me. But I'm working up to it. I know a lot of people that I don't know in real life's names. I know a lot of their names. An unreasonable amount of people I don't actually know. So, but yeah, anyway. There's another group that I like that I was going to mention that I'm forgetting the name of, and I can't remember. Dreamcatcher. I like them as well.
I actually just started getting into Dreamcatcher. We might have to play a game on them because I listened to that album that Scream is on. It's been on repeat, actually, for the past couple days.
They have a lot of rock elements, which I like. So, yeah. Because I'm not as into the cutesy songs, I guess, which I like. There are some cutesy songs that I like. I am kind of obsessed with Stacey C's
Yeah,
ASAP.
I was just about to bring up Stacey. Have you heard their new song, Stereotype? I actually really like it as well.
Yeah, I have heard it. I like it a lot. So they're like the first group that I like the cutesy vibe from them, and that's unusual for me because I don't really like it. Like, I didn't really like it when Twice did it. Not that Twice is a bad group, but I really don't listen to them. I'm not going to pretend.
Might actually come after you for that.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend that I do listen to them to make people happy, because I don't, and I'm not going to lie to you. But what's the song that it's not super recent, not Alcohol Free, but the comeback before that, where they're in like the
I Can't Stop Me?
Yes, I love that song. So even though I don't listen to all their music, I did really enjoy their last comeback before Alcohol Free.
I started getting into Twice when Fancy came out. Mm-hmm. I really liked Fancy and the other one they did after Fancy. I don't remember the name of it. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, they were the two most popular ones at the time. It was Fancy. What was after Fancy? Or before? Was it before or after? That's gonna bother me now.
I don't know. We're not talking about Twice, though.
No, we're not. Okay, back to Blackpink. Blackpink.
Yes, Blackpink.
I always scrape that. Yes, because even my brother knows of Blackpink. So that just shows you they reach non-K-pop people.
My mom and my grandma, too. They have both texted me, Blackpink's on the TV right now. I'm like, why do you know that? But my mom,
how do you know that?
Right? I don't know.
What were they watching that they were on? Was it
The
like Jimmy
news.
Fallon or something?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
like not the news, not like the local news, but like, you know, like the Good Morning America and stuff like that. So
What, were they on Good Morning America before? I know they've done late shows, like they've been on the like James
I
Corden.
think a lot of times when you're watching Good Morning America, they will show ads for like Jimmy Fallon and like other things. So like the Late Show and whatnot, like, oh, tonight at whatever, Blackpink's going to be on the Jimmy Fallon show or whatever it might be, the Late Show. And my grandma texted me, oh, Blackpink's going to be on this. I'm like, why do you know that? Why are you telling me that?
I love how like our family, like when we get into stuff they don't understand and they try to be supportive, where they tell you stuff like that. My dad does the exact same thing.
Right. Or like since I moved, I got back into like trying to work out more, and I've been doing like the random dance things as like exercise. And my mom, every time I start playing it, she goes, do 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 do. I'm like, stop, go away.
She's just doing it out of support, Macy.
Yeah. No, I think it's hilarious, and I kind of want to teach her the full dance now. But like,
okay, let's get into Blackpink, guys. So, as always, before we actually play the game, we're going to give you guys little facts just in case you actually might not know much about Blackpink.
If you've been living under a rock.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like there's really, in like K-pop, there's really like those three. Well, I mean, it's kind of changing now, but like when I was getting it, there was really like those three names you knew. It was either BTS, EXO, or Blackpink. So, yeah, and I'm talking about like if you weren't like a fan since like maybe early 2009 and like the 2010s, where you know like all those groups. I meant like closer to like 2016. You could probably add NCT in that as well.
Yeah,
but those were the ones that were like dominating for the longest time. BTS still, yes, and so is Blackpink.
Blackpink and BTS are probably the two groups, if somebody random on the street that's never listened to K-pop might know their names. So like that's a pretty far reach.
Yeah. But Blackpink is a 4-member girl group under the Korean entertainment company YG. And like I said, I don't know if YG is still really considered one of the big companies, but for the longest time, they were like in the category of the big three. So the big three was SM.
YG or JYP?
I said YG.
Okay. They are.
I said YG.
Okay. Never mind.
Did you think I said JYP?
No.
Okay.
You're good. Keep going. Sorry.
Okay. You threw me off right there.
I'm sorry.
What was I saying? YG, I don't know if they're still consider it, but for the longest time, it was the big three, and the big three consisted of SM Entertainment, YG Entertainment, and JYP. So yes, but now it's like big four, which is JYP, SM, maybe YG, and like HYBE. Yeah. HYBE is the, again, big conglomerate I will not get into because it still confuses me to this day of all the companies that Big Hit kind of just transformed into. Like a Pokemon, we went from what's that dragon one? Not Charlotte.
Oh, you're referring to.
You can tell I'm not a fan of Pokemon. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, you're referring to the koi fish that turns into a dragon, and I'm forgetting his name.
We went from the little floppy fish. What's it? Magikarp. Magikarp to the dragon. HYBE is the dragon. The sea serpent.
Hydro something. I never played Pokemon, but like, I think it's Hydro something.
Okay, well that's what I imagine. That's what I compare it to.
And then it's like, not Hydrocarp, that would be weird, but it's Hydro something, I think. I don't know.
I really don't know.
Pokemon fans, don't come for us. We say that a lot, I feel like.
I'm just asking all the people of fans to not come for us. Okay, but Blackpink debut I said the word right, Macy, you should be proud of me, on August 8th, 2016. So I was right. I think they celebrated like their 5 years last month. And on October 28th of 2018, they signed with US label Interscope Records to help them, at least like in the US, with like distribution of their music. Because like we said, they're very popular. So this is a way so like their albums can go out, not in just like random K-pop stores that might be in the US, but now like you can find not only like a BTS album in like Walmart or Target, as well as like Blackpink. So that's to the extent. As we said many times, their fandom name is referred to Blinks, and I think it's just a way to combine Blackpink. So if you put it together, it creates Blink. I didn't understand that for the longest time. I thought it meant like eye blinking, so I was like, Blink? I guess. Maybe because they wink a lot? Don't. I was joking. I don't know.
I have no idea.
It's okay. And then I got this, like, I took the last sentence from, like, because, you know, like, if you go on, like, Apple Music, I don't know if Spotify does this, but when you click on artists and, like, their whole, like, page for the music, it gives, like, all these long bios. So I read the one on Apple Music about Blackpink, and I liked the ending sentence. So it said, Blackpink is united by a single mission. They want to uplift their audience as they take their artistry to unexpected places, helping listeners gain what Rosé called confidence and energy from their forward-thinking take on pop.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then, so like we keep saying, they're very popular, at least internationally. Now, I don't know their popularity in Korea. I'm assuming it's very high, but like it gets tricky. We talk about K-pop in Korea because I don't think K-pop's really like, I don't want to say big over there, but it's not really as important as we think it is. I also don't really have Korean like friends, so I can't like really ask them how it is like over there.
Right.
So, but Blackpink has broken a lot of records in their career. Some examples are for their music video, Kill This Love, back in 2019, and How You Like That in 2020. They both set the records for the most viewed music video within the first 24 hours at the time of the release, which we know was broken by BTS. And I don't know who it was. Was Ariana Grande the first artist to get the first most like views 24? I could have sworn it was her with Thank You Next.
I have absolutely no idea.
I don't know either. I could be wrong. Don't fact check me, guys. Don't blame me if I'm wrong, but I could have sworn the one I know of before Kill This Love was Thank You Next.
I think that would make sense. It was a pretty big song.
Yeah.
And Ariana Grande is a sensation, so that wouldn't surprise me if that was true.
I saw her star potential when she was Kat on Victorious. But anyway, this isn't about Ariana. Love you, though. So Blackpink is also the first music group and Korean act to have 4 music videos with over 1 billion, and yes, billion with the B, views on YouTube. And actually recently, I think a couple weeks ago, I saw articles and trending on Twitter that now they're the most subscribed page on YouTube. Like out of everybody. Blackpink is the most subscribed channel.
They passed PewDiePie? He used to be the most subscribed for a long time.
I think they did.
Mm-hmm. That's impressive.
Yeah. And they were also the first, I think, Korean, I don't know if it's just Korean girl group or just Korean act in general, but to perform at Coachella back in 2019. And I remembered that too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And also when I brought up Hybe, if people are familiar with Hybe, obviously, you know, they have a platform called Weverse, which is still very tricky, at least for me to like kind of navigate. I still feel like it's kind of like in its beta, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Beta version, I guess. I don't know.
Sure. Like, it's only been out for 2 years, so there's things they can fix on it. But Blackpink actually has their own channel now on Weverse that came out on August 2nd. I don't know if you knew that, Macy.
I have seen them. I've been on Weverse since, and it's like, you know, you can subscribe to certain groups, and I did see them on there, but I haven't really explored. I don't use Weverse a ton, but
I just use it when they post pictures, and that's pretty much it. I'm only I'm subscribed to BTS, CL, TXT, and now Blackpink. So, but yeah. So let's go ahead and get into group itself. I don't know how it works for girl groups. I think, liking card. I don't think there's actually a leader in Blackpink that I am aware of. I don't think they really do leaders in girl groups that I know of. Do they?
I always thought it was Jennie, but I'm not sure why I thought that. I could just be is she? I don't know.
I don't.
If it doesn't, are you on like member profiles?
It doesn't say like there's if they're a leader.
If they're a leader or not. So if
it didn't say any of them are leaders.
They might not.
Have one.
Yeah.
I didn't think Blackpink had any of leaders. All right, but yes, according to the K-pop profile website. I'm going in order of age like they do. So first we will start with Jisoo, and I believe they all use their real names. Well, except for one. So her real name is Kim Jisoo. She is the oldest in the group, born January 3rd, 1995. And she is a South Korean native, which just means she was born and raised in Korea. One of the vocalists in the group. So she does most of the singing. She can speak Korean, Japanese, some Chinese. And now that when I read some Chinese, I never know what Chinese they're thinking of. Because now that I think about it, China has like 1,000 languages. Like, are they talking Mandarin? Are they talking... Could have sworn there was another type of like different Chinese language that's not Mandarin. It's Cantonese.
Yeah.
And another one, but those are the two that I know the most. It just says some Chinese.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that means and which version she knows, or if they're like similar enough to where if you can speak one, you can kind of understand what's going on. But
I have no idea.
Because is it like a dialect or a totally different language?
I think they're totally different languages. I think. I don't know. I'm not familiar with either as far as like listening. Like, I've heard Mandarin before.
They say if you know Spanish really well, it's pretty easy to learn Portuguese. Like, some languages, some of the words cross over, so I wasn't sure if those languages are like that or if they're completely different.
I'd have to look it up because I really don't know. But we don't have the time for that right now. So, some Chinese, and I guess she understands English pretty well, but it's not that confident speaking in it, which is fair. You already know so many. So I guess I didn't know this because I never watched this drama, but she made an appearance in the Korean drama. I'm going to butcher this name. Artho Chronicles. I think this is a Netflix original here. I've seen like this title before.
I'd have to look at it to see if I recognize it. But
I think it's on Netflix. Yeah. But that doesn't stop her acting career because apparently she has been confirmed to be a lead actor in an upcoming drama that's going to be, I think this is the official title, called Snowdrop. So look out for that, guys. I don't know if you knew that, Macy, or not.
I did not. That'll be cool. I'll definitely. I really find it really fun when idols act in K-dramas, and I've actually found a couple of idols as actors and then realized they were K-pop idols and listened to their music after watching them in a drama. So I think that's kind of cool when it crosses over.
Right. Yeah. I'm definitely going to watch it when it comes out, so we'll see about that. All right. On to the next member, which is Jennie. Her real name is Kim Jennie, born January 16th, 1996. We have 2 Capricorns in this group.
What? Fellow Capricorns unite.
All right, she was born in South Korea, but I didn't know this. I guess she actually lived in Auckland, New Zealand for like 5 years, and she even went to college there. Oh, wow. So I don't know if she graduated.
Yeah, I knew that she went to college spent some time somewhere, but I didn't realize she went to college there.
Yeah, I was in New Zealand. So she's fluent in Korean, Japanese, and English. And she was also, which we will talk about a little later before we get into the song choices. She was the first member to have a solo song titled Solo that came out November 12th, 2018. And I think I was already like kind of into K-pop around this time. So I think I was aware of this release when it came out and remember it and everything. So, because I did watch the music video.
It like when it came out, like it wasn't after the fact kind of thing.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if any of the members had other solos or not, which again, we will get into later. But yeah, she was the first one. And then, so I put these on here not to make it like a big deal of like, I think we've already talked about the interesting way that K-pop industry and specifically, well, not just K-pop, because I know this is like with some Korean actors as well, view like dating in the celebrity world. I think we've talked about this before, which I still kind of, I don't know if that's considered like a cultural difference thing or if it's just kind of even weird like for them. I'm not going to say, but it is on her thing when you look her up, just talking about how she had a quote-unquote dating scandal with EXO's Kai that was revealed January 1st of 2019. because I guess before it was revealed, they were dating for a while, at least for like 4 months. And then they broke up like 24 days after, saying to focus on their careers. I don't believe that. I'm pretty sure because it was exposed.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure the companies forced them to break up, which is really sad. But
that's kind of taboo to date at all in the realm of K-pop, which I don't really understand.
I don't either, because like I remember they haven't done this since 2020, but the like company that exposed them was called like Dispatch, and like if you're a K-pop fan, you know who Dispatch is, because I guess for the longest time, every like beginning of the year, it was like their known thing to release like which celebrities are dating, whether it's like other celebrities or normal people.
Right. A good example of this is Honey. I can't say her name. Dawn and Hyuna. There we go.
Yes.
That they basically got kicked out of their companies for dating, and they obviously have gone on to do greater and better and greater things, and they're still together,
going stronger than ever.
Yeah, so that's a success story, but it just shows that you can be kicked out of your company for dating someone in the same industry. It's like, it's not even
or at least getting caught and it's known to the public, because apparently for that case, they were dating 2 years before it was revealed that they were dating.
Yeah. So if you get
then
caught,
like fans getting into that, like saying, oh, like Hyuna is taking advantage of Dong because he's new and in this new group, and it's like, please stop talking.
So it's touchy subject.
Yeah, it is. Because then another one came out this year in February that she has been dating G-Dragon from Big Bang for about a year. Yeah, YG never confirmed or denied those rumors. This is the one I was asking you, Macy, before we started, if you knew about this. Yeah, so she might be dating G-Dragon, which, I mean, you go, girl.
Right. Yeah, I think it's silly to expect them to not have lives outside of their careers, and dating is just a part of life. So like, maybe mind your business.
I mean, I've heard like stories from like K-pop focused podcasts of like how they get around it. So like, whether it's exposed or not, they're still dating. No one's stopping these. They're humans. And they're young and hot. Why would you waste that?
Right, the best years of your life.
Okay. And you got extra help looking this fine. Like, why?
Yeah, I certainly don't blame them. I think it's kind of like absolutely ridiculous that they are so weird about it. But I don't want to like step on anybody's toes, because it could be a cultural difference. But
like, they're also a big culture on like marriage and dating. So that's why I'm like, is this just the entertainment side of it? They have a couple's day for every month on the day of the 14th.
Right. I think, and this sounds so weird, and I don't even like saying it, but I think it's like, if you're an idol, you belong to the fans.
Yeah, like, and that's another thing that it gets like criticized for, because that is true, the way they market them, like you belong to the fans.
Yeah, like you're an object. So I don't like that. There are certain things that I really don't like about K-pop, and that's one of them. So I'm like, they should be able to do whatever the heck they want in their personal lives, and even if they get caught, quote unquote, dating, like, it shouldn't ruin their careers. So. Yeah,
not to that extent. So I mean, she's still doing fine. Still in a very successful group, so but yeah, I just had to bring up my frustrations on dating, because like when I was looking facts for them, that is one of the things that come up for her.
The Kai one I think is pretty well known, but I didn't know about the G-Dragon thing, and that's technically, you said, not confirmed yet, right?
Well, they said not confirmed. They didn't confirm it or deny it, so that's why I was saying I think now we're kind of getting to a point, especially after the Hyuna and Dawn thing, where it's like, I don't think anyone's really caring anymore as much as they used to, and I'm glad. So
well,
that's why I said if they are, that's none of my business. Good for them if they are, good for them if they're not.
Right. We also have some, like, Chan, who got married and had a baby, and now Bobby.
And Bobby,
had his baby. So that's cool that he can share that. I hope that he didn't get forced to share that, or it got outed. He just chose to. I don't know how that went down.
It's kind of getting off topic. We'll talk about that for another day.
It's like dating and like life around it. But our point is that that will come up if you search her. But more facts about Jennie, because that's not all she's about. They just like to put that on her.
She's a beautiful, gorgeous girl, and apparently now she's also modeling for Calvin Klein. I think I saw a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not surprising. All of them are gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
No, they are. All right. Well, we will go ahead and move on. Jennie's also one of my favorites. I think I'll just go ahead and say that now. I like Jennie. Sorry,
I do have a bias. Do you have a bias in Blackpink?
Isn't yours Lisa?
Yeah. Lisa.
Not really. I mean, I said Jennie's my favorite, but I don't know if I'd consider her my bias.
I only refer to Lisa as my bias because without her, I don't think I would have gotten into Blackpink. She's definitely the reason I got into them.
Okay,
so.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yep.
All right, well, we got 2 more, so let me introduce the last 2. So the next one is, do you say her name like Rose or is it Rose? Because sometimes I say Rose, sometimes I say Rose because of the accent.
It should be Rose because of the accent.
Okay.
So whether or not that's an accepted fact, I've heard people call her Rose, but because of the accent, it should be Rose. So,
I've heard people call her Rose as well.
Yeah. I've heard both, but it technically, if you're being grammatically correct, it should be Rose.
Okay. Well, yes. So Rose, her real Korean name, she has 2 names. So she has a Korean name and she does have an English name. And the English name is actually pretty cute. So the Korean name is Park Chae-young, or the English name, which is Roseanne Park.
That's cute.
Simple, actual cute or English name.
Right. She also...
It's actually pretty.
I am sure you might talk about it, but her English is really good. I don't know if she spent any time anywhere, but...
Well, actually, good thing you brought that up, Macy. Oh, yeah, she's also 97 liner, so I did not know she was the same age as us. I don't know why I thought she was older than us. February 11th, 1997.
I don't know how I feel about someone that pretty being in the same category as us. Is that weird?
God, it's just not fair. Gorgeous. All are. But yeah, for some reason I thought she was the same age as Jennie, because Jennie's older than us. But I didn't think Rose was the same age as us. But yes, so Macy brought up her English because Rose is Korean, but she was actually born and raised in Auckland, New Zealand. Okay. She didn't move to Korea until 2012.
That makes sense. Why. Her English is really good. So I was
I'm assuming it's it's her first language.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the accent does come out when she speaks in English.
It does,
yeah. You hear it.
I wasn't sure, that's why I was saying, I'm like, I don't know where she spent time because I know she has an accent, but I wasn't sure what accent it was.
Yeah, it's definitely New Zealand. She's definitely a Kiwi. So I hope people know what I mean by when I say Kiwi. Do you know?
Yes, you gifted me a Kiwi bird.
I did, yes. Is there not?
I was going to make a dumb joke and say that I'm allergic to it because I technically am allergic to the fruit kiwi.
Are you allergic to the fruit kiwi? That sucks. I love kiwis.
I love kiwi too, but my mouth swells up and my tongue gets all itchy.
Yeah, I forgot I gave you a little stuffed bird when I went there. I want to go back.
Yeah, it literally
really
has a shirt that says, my friend went to New Zealand and bought me this kiwi. That's what it says.
Yes, and they're very proud over there. But yeah, I don't know in her case if I don't know if Korean maybe is her second language or since she is of Korean parents, maybe she spoke it in the house, but since she lives in New Zealand where they speak English, she mostly knows English, but probably spoke some Korean growing up. It could be one of those things. But yes, and then besides those 2 languages, I guess she also can speak Japanese. They all could speak Japanese apparently.
Yeah, I think they do a lot of their touring and stuff is big in Japan, and then they also almost all of their songs you can find a Japanese version of it. So. Yeah.
And then Rose was also the second member out of the group to have a solo that come after Jennie. However, we could still talk about this soon. This solo did not come out till... I did not realize it did not come out till this year. In March.
Was it only that long
Her
ago?
single album Art came out March 12, 2021. With the songs On the Ground and Gone. I could have sworn this was last year.
Yeah, that feels longer ago than that actually is.
It really does.
It's kind of scary. The concept of time.
I'm not gonna say it. I feel like I say it way too much. It's basically gonna become, if we ever make merch, that's just gonna be my theme. Time is illusion. Simone.
I wasn't sure what you were gonna say, but then it clicked.
I just say that a lot. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, in Macy's bias, we have Lisa. So I am going to butcher her Thai names. I've never heard Thai being spoken before, so I don't know like the vowels.
I have, so I might be able to help you if you say them out loud.
Okay, so I guess she actually had her name changed. So her name used to be. Can I text it to you?
Spell it? Yeah, you can text it to me.
I'll spell it to you. Pranpriya.
Hold on, spell it again.
Pranpriya.
That's a long name.
Well, that was her first name, and her last name is Manoban. Sure. I'm so sorry if anyone that like speaks Thai listening to this right now.
Yeah, I would say like maybe Pran or something like that. Like I've heard names like Prin, I think is a more popular name or something like that along those lines. But I don't know about the last name.
Okay.
I'd have to hear somebody say it, and then I could definitely say it back to you. But
I would too. But I guess her actual name got changed to La Lisa. So I didn't know La Lisa is actually her name.
Mm-hmm. I think I did know that.
I thought that was just like a nickname.
No.
Well,
yeah. Either Pran or Prin, something along those lines.
Pranpriya?
Or
Pranpriya?
Pranpriya, something like that.
Her name is La Lisa, so we'll just call her La Lisa.
Forgive us for our not knowledge of Thai.
Our uncultured brains.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of Thai dramas, so I thought I would have better luck with that, but that's a weird name.
Okay, but she was born March 27th, 1997. I knew she was the same age as us, and I cannot pronounce this town in Thailand. Briram? And then she moved to Bangkok at the age of 3. And she can speak Korean, English, Japanese, Thai, and also some basic Chinese, whether that's Cantonese or Mandarin. I don't know, just says basic Chinese, like with Jisoo. Fun fact most people know is that she's really good friends with GOT7's Bam Bam. It's so weird how they actually grew up together. So they're childhood friends from Thailand. And I guess they used to be in a dance crew called Waza Cool. But I just think it's funny how you're like childhood friends in like a different country. You both end up coming over to be like K-pop idols.
That is kind of a weird coincidence.
Yeah. But like they're friends too, like even like their families are friends. So they've known each other for a very long time. I remember, I think either Lisa's mom or someone posted like of her mom and like Bam Bam when they were together celebrating one of them doing something. So I just thought that's really cute.
That's super cool.
And they're friends with like other idols that are Thai. And I wrote down like CLC, Soren, NCT's 10, and I'm sure like others. Hey guys, Simone here. You know what that sound means. We're coming in with the PSA, and I am not alone. Macy's also here. Yes.
Hello, PSA. I said that wrong. No, I didn't. PSA,
yeah, public service announcement.
I'm just questioning myself.
Oh, God.
Tired.
Yes, excuse us. We're both not feeling the best right now, but we needed to come in on this episode because... Well, one, we recorded this episode a while ago, almost 2-3 months now?
Yeah, it's been a long time. I remember nothing.
Yes. So I was kind of going back and editing it when I actually found the time. And listening back, I was kind of like, I was a little bit harsher than I intended to be talking about the solo songs. So I kind of wanted a redo. Not that my opinions changed, but I think I can express my opinion a little bit better than I did the first time, especially with the way I joke, because if you don't know me, you don't understand the way I joke. But yeah, I needed a redo. So
right, and my opinions have actually changed. So.
Yes, and Macy's actually has changed since we last did it. So we needed to come in and re-talk about them months later. So we've had times to sit on these songs, let them marinate, listen to them since they've came out. So we are going to real quickly as we can, re-talk about Rosé's song On the Ground. Lisa's solo songs that came out. And towards the end, I started talking about a song that it was rumored that Blackpink and Megan Thee Stallion were going to be featured on. And I found out that's that song that's called SG, which is DJ Snake, Ozuna. And if you recognize that name, it's because he also did that song Taki Taki with DJ Snake, Selena Gomez, and Cardi B. But again, like I said, he's a Latin singer, so I'm sure if you're into Latin music, he's probably pretty famous. I thought it was going to be all the members of Blackpink, but it's only Lisa of Blackpink and Megan Thee Stallion. So, yes. But let's do, in that order, Rose's.
Talk about Jenny's.
I mean, should we? I mean, it's been like 2 years.
Talk about all the solos again.
Or are we talking about our solos? Sure,
That's
let's
up
talk.
to you. I don't have anything else to say about Jenny's, so we
don't have...
we don't have to if you don't want to.
I don't think
Are
there's...
you going to include any of what we said in the first one?
In the first what?
I'm sure we talked about it in the original episode. Are you going to include the part about Jenny's song?
I don't think we talked about Jenny's song in the first episode. I think we only talked about Rose's and Lisa's since they came out this year.
Okay, well then maybe we should talk about it.
Okay.
We talked about it because I think both of us agree that it's the best one out of all the solos.
Okay, probably. Yes, we did.
Yeah,
we did.
I'm sure we did.
Briefly mentioned it.
Okay.
We didn't go into depth like the other two, though. Like we're about to now.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
sure.
Other 4. I just named like 4 songs. Anyway, do you want to re-talk about Jenny's solo?
It's not necessary, but I do think it's I think it's the best produced song out of all of the solos.
Out of all the ones that has come out so far.
Yes.
Okay, I agree with that.
That is a really good song. I like it the most out of all of them. I think they did a good job with that song. That's all I really have to say. I don't have anything negative to say about it, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think they took their time really with that one.
I think it really suits her too.
I agree as well.
And I like that music video. I think it's pretty good.
I haven't seen the music video in a while, but I mean...
It's been a long time, but from what I remember, I like it.
Okay, so back to Rose's On the Ground, which came out... I remember I was shocked because I thought this came out last year, but it actually came out early this year in March. And her single had 2 songs. So it was On the Ground and Gone, but like On the Ground was the one she was promoting. Right. So...
Yeah, I think I said this in the first part. I'm not as crazy about Gone. I like On the Ground more. But what I didn't say in the first part is I think the On the Ground choreography is really unique. I think they did a cool job of like floor choreography, which is hard. Being on the floor is hard to do. So I appreciate that aspect of it.
I remember I think others when I was looking into it talking about the choreography more. I don't remember if I actually watched the choreography or not. I watched the music video, but she doesn't dance in that, right?
No, I don't think so.
It's been a very long time since I watched this, so I don't remember a lot. Right, I just know it's not like my favorite, but if it comes on, it depends what mood I'm in though, that I won't skip it.
It's catchy.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's not one that I seek out, but it's not necessarily something I'll skip if it comes on either. But I've watched the choreography video, and she utilizes both female and male dancers, which I really like. And then the male dancers sometimes lean towards more feminine moves, which I also appreciate. I think it can dance as universal, and you don't have to stick to one feeling depending on your gender. So I like that they kind of shake things up a little bit in that music video.
You can tell Macy was a little bit more prepared than I was.
I don't think I said that the last time, and I felt that way since the beginning, so I wanted to make sure I put it in there.
Okay, that's good. I mean, at least one of us is talking about this, so. And then next, at the time of the recording, it was like a week after was when Lisa's stuff was released, so it was La Lisa and then a side track for Money. And then since then, she also released like a choreography video for Money. Yes. And then Lisa was the main track.
Yeah. So the first thing that I said in the original one was that I absolutely hated Money. And I liked La Lisa more. but I didn't really care for that one either. They have both grown on me, and I would say now I like Money more than Lala Lisa. I do still think that Lala Lisa is a little repetitive. I think they could have switched up.
Lala Lisa?
I don't know.
I think it's one Lala. It's not Lala Lisa. It's just Lala Lisa.
Right. All right. Maybe it's because she says it so many times really and adding too many laws in there.
Maybe.
But I did think it's a little repetitive. I think they could have switched it up for at least one of the choruses. Like, it doesn't need to be the same, and like she's only saying her name over and over again. I don't know. I think it's a little repetitive, but it has grown on me. I really like that music video. I think it's beautiful. The like drop in that song I really like, and then Money I did not like at all. And I wouldn't go out saying that it's my favorite song on the planet. That's not really the case. But I've watched it a couple of times. And I watched the choreography video really solidified that I actually like it. There's something weird about it, and I don't know what it is. I think maybe I feel like she's slightly off pitch in like the pre-chorus, and that's what bothers me about the song. Like, she sounds a little off pitch when she's like singing, and I don't know why. Because I know she can sing. So I think that's what bothered me in the beginning. I'm like, why does she sound off pitch to me? But now that I've listened to it a couple times, it's still a little bit weird, but it's definitely grown on me. And the choreography makes it much better. So.
Okay. I mean, stop laughing. My opinions still haven't really, they have changed and they haven't. So I still don't think either are really for me. I have downloaded them, but like, was on the ground. If they come on, depending on my mood, I won't skip them, or if I just don't feel like listening to them, I will. I'm in the same boat with Macy as far as La Lisa, where I feel like it's repetitive, and there's something about like the instrumental just itself where it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like, maybe it's again like with the auto-tune and the way it's mixed, like there's some type of instrument that is used, especially in the chorus when she's singing like the La Lisa Love Me, that's like kind of bearing and not in a good way to me. Like, it kind of hurts my ears.
Right. I think both of these songs would be very, very good if they had a different producer. And not that the producer is completely to blame, because a lot of things go into it. But if they had slightly different production, I think that it would be a lot better.
But I love the music video for La Lisa.
Yes,
it's just the song. I remember I also did praise it. Because I talked about like that one scene where she's kind of like pole dancing, and then that the breakdown where she's in the gold. She looks beautiful.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
Yeah. With Money. So I like the instrumental for Money, but like, I think as someone whose like culture this kind of comes from, because this is like a hip hop song. This is supposed to be a hip hop song. I wouldn't say it's like mocking, but almost at the same time, I feel like the lyrics are like one of those gimmicky lyrics where it's like too much for me, like it tries too hard. So I think with Money, my main issue is the lyrics in that song. It's kind of just like, it's like, okay, like almost joking, but like kind of the joking where like I don't find it funny, or like I have to be in the mood for it. The choreography video has made it better for me, but I think that's really my main grip with it, and I didn't know how to explain it until I had time to think on it. Also with the choreography video, she could have just kept that second outfit with the pigtails. I've already beat to death my opinion on like the braids, like that one, the red braids that she has. It's kind of like pinned to her hair, and I know she's had like problems with that before. Don't know who's putting this in her hair. Don't know if she's agreeing to it. I've already beat it with the dead horse. There's nothing I can do about it. Anyway, I think those are really my only things.
Right.
But yeah, that's really it. I don't hate it as much, but those are my problems with the song. And it's not, like I said, not every song that people that I like are going to be for everyone. These are definitely not for me. If I'm around people and they're playing it, I won't tell them to shut it off. But like, I don't initially go out and like play them myself. That's why I say if they come up on my playlist, because I did download them, I probably 9 times out of 10 won't skip them. But like, if I'm in a mood to listen to certain like types of music, then I probably will skip them if it's just not in my mood.
Right. I get what you're saying about the lyrics, because that was a part of the issue for me in the beginning, was that they were kind of cringy, and they still are a little bit cringy, but I'm just like, I guess I kind of just put it aside and I'm like, it's just a fun song. Like, I'm not gonna pick it apart. And like a lot of songs are kind of cringy.
Yeah.
Some of the lyrics in a lot of the songs. So like, I hope that she's not doing it in like a mocking way, because that would suck. But I don't think she is.
I don't think so, but like I also don't know who wrote this, so
I think she just is a fun person and she's trying to like appeal to that side of it, where it might not be sticking as much as she'd like it to. You know what I mean? Like, she's trying to like use those influences, but it's a little bit off. So
just a little bit, and it's kind of I mean, it's not different because it's still kind of, I feel like in the K-pop realm with that stuff, it's kind of like easier to accept. I don't think she's trying to go full on like into that like hip hop and rap persona, like if she tried to take it out of K-pop. So that's why I'm like, it doesn't bother me as much anymore.
Right.
But
to me, she's always been more of a hip hop personality. Like her rap style in general in Blackpink is, I mean, it's rap's hip hop, you know, that's where it comes from. So like, I don't think that this song doesn't fit her, but at the same time it is a little bit awkward. So I don't know how I'm kind of still on the fence. Like, I definitely like it more than I did. I don't hate it anymore, but it is a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
So like,
I think I just feel it feels awkward for some reason. I don't know what it is about it.
Yeah. And like I said, there's something weird about it that I don't like with what pitch she's doing it in. And I think with a slightly better writer and a slightly better producer, this song could have been very, very good.
Yeah,
so
I mean, don't take what we say to like a grain of salt. Both songs obviously did very well.
Yeah.
Either way,
both really
so
popular.
Yes.
And again, like, I would listen to these songs over a lot of other songs. So I definitely enjoy them more than I did when the first listen. This is definitely an example of the first listen being bad. Like, I did not like them at first, and they've definitely grown on me over time. So, and I love Lisa. She's cool. I like her.
Yes. That is your bias.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I don't know if Macy heard this SG one or not.
I don't think I have. But I like the melody or the lyrics are not popping into my head. Doesn't mean I haven't heard it, because I could have heard it somewhere on the internet at some point, but it's not popping into my head. So I definitely have to go back in order to give any thoughts on it, because it's not at all ringing a bell.
Yeah, I did not watch the music video. I only heard the song. I just remember when it did drop, like there was clips of the music video and people were wondering why Lisa looked awkward, and they think like she kind of just filmed in front of a green screen for her parts and kind of edited it with everyone else, where like Megan, DJ Snake, and Zuna were with each other. Then there's Lisa, who's not actually there, but they try to make it look like she's there.
That's a little awkward, yeah.
Just a little bit.
They did a really good job with not to go off topic again, but with Ice Cream and Selena and them not being in the same place. That music video seems very seamless.
Yes, and that's also probably helps because like all of Selena's shots were just of herself.
Exactly. Like, I don't think we should try to Photoshop people into the same scene together. It just makes it weird.
Yes, and especially if they don't know like the movie. I don't know. But anyway, I don't think I really enjoyed that one either. And I love Megan, and even her verse couldn't really help it. I think it was just a slower pace of type of music that I don't really listen to in general as a person. So that's really it. That one I don't think I downloaded.
I'll have to re-listen to it because I have no idea, which I probably should have done that before this, but I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
It's different.
You mentioned it and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's different, so I would still give it a listen to and form your own opinion.
Listen to it.
And then real quick,
for listening to anything.
Yeah, we briefly mentioned when we were talking, because I think we mentioned something we were discussing these songs like the first time around about the Blackpink documentary that is on Netflix. I forgot the actual name of it. If you just type in Blackpink, it'll come up. But I actually took the time to sit down and watch it. So I just took some like bulletin notes, and also those kind of help with like some facts I think I gave on the girls that are incorrect. So I just want to go over that real quick. So I'm very surprised this documentary is like 85% in English.
Oh, wow.
It's in a lot of English. Only really Jisoo speak like Korean the whole time. I didn't realize like when Jenny, Rose, and Lisa are around each other, like they pretty much speak English to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, or like they'll go back and forth from Korean and English.
Right. I knew Rose is really comfortable with English, and I knew the other two girls were as well, but Rose especially because she grew up in, was it New Zealand?
Yeah, so that's one of the facts I needed to change. So she was born in New Zealand, but she actually grew up in Australia. Like she moved to Australia when she was 8. So her accent's an Australian accent, not a New Zealand accent. Sorry, guys.
Right. Now that's the only thing though is by the time you're 8, you've done a lot of your base English learning. Like that's
I don't know anything about like the child development. I have no children.
Oh. I know that, but like you'd start talking at like 2. So that's 2 to 8 that she basically learned her base English in New Zealand. And then her like the after that, then your like grammar and vocabulary come in, but to speak English, you've got your base by the time you're 8.
And then even Lisa was like surprising me because like she was going back from like English, Korean, and Thai. So like there's parts where the girls like introduce themselves and like she would speak English, and then like 1 second I realized she wasn't speaking English, but I knew it wasn't Korean. So it took me a while to realize she was speaking Thai because that was my first time ever actually hearing that language being spoken. Mm-hmm. So she was doing that throughout the whole documentary. Their main producer, Teddy Park, was in this a lot. No offense, but sometimes I was like, is this the Blackpink and Teddy Park documentary? Or... But he was in this a lot. And what's funny is the first 5 minutes, I wrote down exactly what he said, because we talked about this a little bit too. The first 5 minutes of the documentary, he says, and I quote, "I know fans are mad and are like, we want more and more and more. We do have a lot in here," and he like points at the computer, "but we are very particular about what we put out." And he said this in English. Now, do I believe this? Not really.
I think that Blackpink is a sensation, and anything you put Blackpink's name on, people tend to like. So if they had a bunch of stuff in their inventory, it's gonna be successful because Blackpink's doing it. So why would they hold it back? That's kind of how I feel about it. Like I think that company is a little bit not money hungry, but like every company wants to be successful and make profit. So like, and they've got a gold mine with Blackpink. They're absolutely wonderfully successful and beautiful and talented, and everyone loves them. So like, why wouldn't you put out more music? It doesn't really make sense.
I don't know, but we talked about if they had really any, not musical control, but like any participation in music production, and I was right. So Teddy mostly does all of it. So like when they talked about the music, it was Teddy that was talking about any type of musical production or like mixing, things like that. Like it was him in the documentary that spoke about that. And then the girls kind of talked about just like really how they got their start, the training, the singing, and all that. Honestly though, and she kind of opened my eyes a little bit during this. Like now I kind of have a picking bias between, I said I didn't really have a bias. I kind of do lean more towards Jenny, but like I kind of looked at Rose, which in this documentary they call her Rosie. What? So I guess they pronounce it Rosie.
All of them?
Yes.
Wow. Sorry. I kind of go back and forth between Rose and Rose, but
I know.
Okay.
They mostly called her Rosie though.
Right, but like, if not to be nitpicky, but that accent above the E it would be pronounced Rose in French. So like,
I don't know, girl.
I don't know if that's the right character for the letter, if that's how they want to pronounce it. They should put an I there. Rosie.
I don't know, but like, the way she like talked about like how she got her start and like her music background was really interesting because I didn't know she played like so many instruments. Like she does actually write herself. She plays the piano and the guitar, and there was a little scene where like it was her, Teddy, and another producer they brought on to where like I guess Rose was talking about how they help her sometimes like make her own songs, but like they're kind of in like a little folder she hides by herself because she's afraid to release it. And then like one of the songs they were helping her do, and like she was singing in the booth, I was like, so why wasn't this her solo song? Right? I sat there and I was like, why wasn't this her song? It was really good. I don't think it's ever been put out, but it was just like a snippet and you saw her like singing and like doing the backup vocals and talking about it with the producers. And I was like, okay, well, I understand. If you ever get the confidence to put them out, I would really like them because that snippet I heard was excellent.
Right. I'm thinking maybe Teddy needs to take a back seat for a little bit and let the girls put out some of their own stuff and just see how it goes. Just one each. Just see how it goes.
I just need to make sure no one from YG hears this. But anyway, yes.
Because they would ever listen to this.
Right.
And what are they going to do? Like, come for us? I don't think so.
Why do you always say that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Appropriate.
Anyway, what else did I want to say? Oh yeah, and then for Jennie, I think I said about her with the New Zealand that she was going to go to college there. But in the documentary, she says she lived in New Zealand from the age of 10 to 15, and around 16 is when she auditioned and became a trainee for YG. So she only lived there when she was a kid. I thought she lived there like when she was a little bit older, but that's still a pretty long time. That's 5 years.
Yeah, and 16. I mean, that's very almost out of the kid stages.
Yeah,
so.
but that's probably why she speaks so much English. Well, I wouldn't say that's her first language, but that's probably why she speaks it a lot. She speaks it a lot. Born? She was born in Korea. Yeah.
And when she moved there again?
At 10. And lived there until she was about 15.
Her base language would be Korean, though.
I don't know. This whole documentary, she spoke
fluently by the time you're 10.
Again, Macy, I don't have children. I don't know how the child brain works.
You were a child once? Could you not speak at 10?
I could. You think I remember all the stuff I learned as a kid?
Right. Yeah. So, but my point is that Korean would be her first language.
Okay.
She would have been plenty well into talking by the age of 10.
Anyway, my point really was just to get some of those facts out there. If you haven't watched this documentary, I highly suggest that you would. I thought it was really good. I have a new respect for the girls because I remember we were talking about their music production and I was like, that doesn't really take away their hard work of getting to where they are. So who kind of cares, honestly?
I hate to break it to you, but most people in the music industry don't write their own songs.
They didn't at the beginning. They don't now. Really, they won't in the future.
A downfall. It's just an extra bonus when an artist is really involved. That's all.
Yeah, because you can tell that they take extra care, in their artistry. But still, not to say people who don't write their own music don't work just as hard. So, but yeah, that was pretty much it. Oh, and also I felt like Jisoo's, for some reason, individual introduction was shorter than the other girls, and that kind of irritated me a little bit. But I don't why?
They're sleeping on Jisoo. I don't know why.
Yeah, her and she actually auditioned for YG to get practice because she wanted to be an actor. Her show Snowdrop, her show Snowdrop just was I didn't want to say dropped twice, was released yesterday. It's not getting the best reviews. And it's not because of her acting or any of the actors. It's the storyline itself. Of course, fans are watching it and it's getting all these high ratings and praising her. But I hear it's a controversial thing of the story itself. Basically propaganda of a historical time that they're telling that's not right at all. And it was a really tragic time in Korea. So I know 0.5% of Korean history, so I'm not saying anything about it. I just know today that's what I've been seeing about a lot, to the point in Korea there's been some petitions, as well as I think I heard some sponsorships trying to back out of the show. So it's pretty bad. It's on Disney Plus, and you know how Disney is, and they got a lot of money, so we'll see if they put out the rest of the episodes or if it's going to be that one drama. I don't know the name of it, but they were complaining about the inaccuracy of the history so bad that they canceled it, and I don't even think they finished putting out the rest of the episodes. So, but
I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a silly thing to mess up. It's very easy to do your research, and why can't you just portray it how people are expecting?
It's also a Korean show, so I'm not sure if people are accusing the writer and producer of the show.
because it's just on Disney Plus, but they didn't like produce it, right?
No, it's just on Disney Plus to help reach international levels, but like it was written by someone who's Korean and it's being like shown in Korea. So yeah,
I mean that's definitely a problem with a lot of things, like not being historically accurate. It happens all the time, but like it's not that hard. Like
yeah, so we'll see.
Just I
haven't watched it. I don't know if I will after seeing that because it seems to be like a really sensitive topic. Yeah, and I don't think I would understand if I watch it. I'm not going to watch it and be like, oh, this doesn't seem bad. But I'm like, that's not my history. So where am I to put my 2 cents?
Right. I kind of stay away from historical dramas in general.
I don't think it's supposed to be a historical drama, though.
What?
I don't think it's supposed to be all the way in a historical drama. I don't actually know the concept of this show. So I think for my safety, I'm just going to stay away from it. I will catch Jisoo in another drama, which I hope this isn't her last drama she's in.
Yeah.
But that's really it. I think I feel more comfortable with this than the first time. So that's all we really wanted to come in and say. Still enjoyed the game, though. It took a lot longer than I thought it would. So, but still look forward to us listening our favorite songs and me epically failing. I'll just go and say that now.
I don't even remember. I'm assuming I won, but it's like this episode is such a blur. I don't even remember at all.
I don't remember when I put it out.
I have no idea why. I remember the other ones, but who knows?
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and go because we have other stuff to talk about. So we'll see y'all next time. Enjoy the rest of the episode. Bye.
I don't know. Shall we play the game?
Yeah, we should because we're like already so far in. We haven't even started. But we got this out of the way, so after the game we won't have to. We kind of got all
the negative stuff away. Now we're going to talk about some songs that we really do like.
Yes, we're going to talk about songs we actually do like. So again, the actual point of this episode is to try to guess each other's favorite songs, like we said, and we just expressed for about I don't know how long. They don't have a lot of songs, so we're just doing top 10. Again, I think this time, even in Macy's case, this is really guessing for both of us. So I'm just gonna be happy if one song is just on the list. It don't even have to be number one. It doesn't have to be in the right order. As long as it's on her list, I'm fine.
This is the least confident I've been in any of the games we've played. However, I do think I have your number one. If I'm wrong, I don't know.
You know what? I will not be shocked if you don't, and I will not be shocked if you actually get it. We will see. We will see.
I have an idea, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
So I'm wrong a lot.
Not always.
Not always, but I've
been try to take a. Can I try to take a quick guess?
I don't want to know because my face will give it away. So
okay.
I don't want to spoil it.
No, I wasn't gonna say the name. I was gonna ask like if it's off a certain EP, but don't bother. Never mind. It's fine.
Yeah,
we're gonna release it anyway. That's fine. Okay, so finally we set up an actual point system.
So we don't have to argue about it and you guys have to listen to it.
So we don't have to sit here for 10 minutes trying to be like, what points are we going to do? So, and I'll go ahead and say this for the rest of them. So every time we do a song where we only pick top 10, at this point, if one of us has like telepathically, magically gets all the songs right in the right order from 10 to 1, you're just an automatic winner at that point. Like, there's no point of like just trying to give you all these points. You're just gonna win. Me and Macy came to the conclusion that seems fair.
Yeah.
If it's on the list, it's 10 points in the right order, 20 points, and number one is 50. If we do songs that are in the, like, we go through each album, not each album, or like 5 to 6 albums, and we pick top 5, being on the list is 10, right order 20. The number one is 30 and 100 points if you get the right order from 5 to 1. And any bonus tracks of like solos that people have done, we're just going to default to the top 5 unless me and Macy get bored and want to change it up. And also, speaking of solos, for this one, we added, since only 3 of the girls have done solos, we've added those into this list. So we're not doing a separate, like, rank.
Yeah, it's just, it was in the pool of songs to choose from.
Yeah, so if you like one of the solo songs, you just add it to this list. Yeah. So, how are we doing the revealing? Am I guessing yours? Am I revealing last?
Right, we'll just keep going with our pattern. Whoever talked about the group can reveal last. So I will guess first and reveal first. I was struggling with that word.
It's fine.
Okay.
All right, so are you revealing? Are you revealing right now for mine?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess your songs.
Okay. Oh god, this is nerve-wracking. You're usually
I feel really weird about this one.
I mean, you're usually pretty spot on. Like,
I don't think I will be this time.
No,
I think I'm gonna finally fail and break my my consecutive wins.
Oh god.
So
okay.
We'll see. Okay.
All right.
So for number 10, I put Did It Do. For number 9, I put Bet You Wanna featuring Cardi B. Number 8, I put Solo. 7, I put Kill This Love. 6, Boom Baya. 5, Whistle. 4, Ice Cream. 3, See You Later. 2, How You Like That. And 1, Pretty Savage.
Okay.
So, again, are you punching the air? I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Let me guess for yours.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to say this now.
Oh, God. I'm really off or kind of on, so I can't tell.
So for your 10, I put As If It's Your Last. 9, I put How You Like That. 8, Ice Cream featuring Selena Gomez. 7, Solo. 6, Doo-Doo. 5, Don't Know What to Do. 4, Playing with Fire. 3, See You Later. 2, Whistle. And 1, I put Really.
Okay.
It's usually the face where I'm like completely off.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Whatever. I hated this. I hate this so much.
Take me home. I want to go home.
Pick me up.
Okay. Shall I reveal?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, my number 10 is Ice Cream.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I knew it was on the list, but I didn't know how far up it was. At least I kept it above 5, so...
Below, you mean?
No, above. Or below. Whatever. Yes, keep going. Keep going.
Number 9 is Playing with Fire. Eight is Kick It, which I don't think you said at all.
I had this on your list and I took it off. No. I'm so mad at myself right now.
I'll kick it if you're down, kick it if you're down. Can I kick it? 캄캄한 저 하늘 위에 한바탕 난리를 치며 불을 지를 거야. Can I kick it? 너라는 세상을 부셔버리고 나 환하게 눈 부셔버릴 거야. And I'm letting it all out. 이럴 건 없잖아. 이젠 너를 찾을 거라고. 나 혼자여도 괜찮아. 불쌍해하지 마. 이제
I want to cry. What number? That was 8, right?
Yes, number 8.
Okay, keep going.
Number 7 is Did It Do.
지금 잘 모르겠지. 그저 원하면 test me. 넌 불보듯이 뻔해. 만만한 걸 원했다면 I'll wait till I do what hit you with that do-do-do-do. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Had them switched.
Number 6 is Really.
If you really, really love me, 말해줘. 나 없이 하루도 버틸 수 없다고. Really, really. 집착할 만큼 원한다고. Really. If you really, really want me, 말해줘. 넌 절대 잠시도 한눈 판다고. Really, really. 다른 남자와는 다르다고. Really.
Which you put as my number 1. And then number 5 is How You Like That. Number 4 is As If It's Your Last. Number 3 is Whistle.
Hey boy, make him whistle like a missile. Bomb, bomb. Every time I show up, blow up. Make him whistle like a missile. Bomb, bomb. Every time I show up, blow up. 너무 아름다워. 날 잊을 수가 없어. 그 눈빛이 아직 나를 이렇게 설레게 해. Boom, boom. 24.
Number 2 is Pretty Savage.
검은색 분홍빛 show up in it, make it lit like. Yeah, we some bitches who can rap story 어려운 걸 해내줘. 예쁘장한 savage, we some 예쁘장한 savage. You better run, run, run. You better run, run, run. Oh my God, this big.
And 1 is Love to Hate Me.
Wake up, yeah, make up, maybe I need you now. I've been good lately, blowing up, working busy. You ain't worth my love if you only love to hate me. Love, 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 love. How you love to hate me. Love, 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 love. You ain't worth my love if you only love to hate me.
Which is not one of their most popular songs, and like a B track song, I guess.
I know what that
B-side.
song is.
Yeah, so that's my favorite. Which I don't think you put on my list either.
I didn't. So there was 2 I didn't have on your list, but everything else I pretty much had just like not in the order at all, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think you got any in the right order. You were close with Do 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 Do, I think, but was that you put that as 6?
I did have that at 6, but it was your 7.
Yeah.
I'm taking a moment to regroup right now.
Would you have? Does that number 1 make sense for me or not at all? Were you not
No,
expecting
not
that?
at all. No. All right, guys, welcome back to a game of Watch Simone Lose. This is your host, Simone, the official loser at this point of this game.
Oh gosh.
And that's your other host, Macy. All right, that was brutal. All right, let me go ahead and reveal mine.
You sound so unenthusiastic.
Because I'm just like, why? Again, I will just never get it. It's nice knowing like your songs, but really, love to hate me.
Yeah. Why is that so surprising?
Because it is, okay?
We've never talked about this, so I don't know
I know.
what you would have thought necessarily.
Nothing. It's fine. I'm just a sore loser. All right. Let me go ahead and reveal my top 5 or top 10. All right, so my number 10, how my energy kind of just went out of me. My number 10 was Kill This Love.
Let's kill this love. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ram, pa, 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 pa. Let's kill this love. Ram, pa, 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 pa. Feeling like a sinner, it's so far with him. I go boo. He said you look crazy. Think you
Number 9 was Whistle.
We padam padam padam. Can you hear that? We bada 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 bum. We padam. We padam padam padam. Can you hear that? We bada 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 bum. Hold up. Emma, Hajima.
8 was Doo 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 Doo.
Blackpink. 지금 내가 걸어가는 거린 Blackpink for way 사거리. 동서남북 사방으로 running in a bucket list 싹다 버려. 널 당기는 것도 멀리 밀치는 것도 제 멋대로 하는 bad girl. 조금 싫어하고 누가 뭐라 하던 with a bass drop it's another banger. 두 번 생각해.
7, I actually did put one of the solos, but it was Solo by Jenny. So that's 7.
Bitch, 나는 solo. Bitch, 나는 solo. I'm going solo, la 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 la. I'm going solo, la 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 la. Used to be your girl, now I'm used to being the girl. You sitting on your feelings.
6 is Playing with Fire.
멈출 수 없는 이 떨림은 on and on and on. 내 전부를 너란 불길 속으로 던지고 싶어. Look at me now. 이렇게 넌 나를 때우고 있잖아. 끌 수 없어. 우리 사랑은 불장난. My love is on fire.
5, Love to Hate Me. So I did actually really like that song as well. I was just shocked it was number 1.
Keep on turning it up and you want me down. Negative taste, negative nights, baby, you're wasting all your time. I can't relate, I keep it light. No, no, no drama in my life. Wake up, yeah. Wake up.
4 is Ice Cream featuring Selena Gomez.
Ice cream chillin', chillin', ice cream chillin', ice cream chillin', chillin', ice cream chillin', ice cream chillin', chillin', ice cream chillin', ice cream chillin', chillin', ice cream chillin' like a villain, yeah, rah rah rah. 미친 미친 듯한 속도 in my life, rah. 너무 빨라 너는 되게 원한다면 그냥 지름 밀리스 밀리스 매일 버릇 한여름 손목에 얼음. Keep it moving like my leaves.
I don't know why I like that song so much, but I really do. I know it got its criticisms, but I don't care. I jam out to Ice Cream. And all its maybe or not maybe sexual explicit double entendres.
I actually do really like it too. It just because it's 10 on my list, it's like I just had to arrange.
I knew it was high for you, but I just didn't know if it was between 10 and 8, and I ended up just putting it as 8. I didn't think as if it was your last was so much lower, but again, it's okay. 3 is How You Like That.
Bring out the boss, bitch.
2, I don't think you had on my list, which is Forever Young. That one's that's been one of my favorites since it came out, and it's still like up there.
Forever young. Forever young. Blackpink is the revolution. Forever young. Forever young.
And you got your number one. It was pretty savage.
지만 자태부터 다름 짠하고 나타나면 카펫부터 가름 블랙했다 핑크했다 내 맘대로 바꿈 네 질투가 문제야 Maybe I'm the problem.
Yay. That was the only one I kind of thought I was gonna get.
I always give myself away.
Right, I did get ice cream in the right order too.
Yeah, you did. But yeah, those are my songs. Also, shout out. I meant to do this before we started too. I wanted to shout out the collabs that they did because we didn't add those in the games, but I really like the one they did with Dua Lipa, Kiss and Makeup, well as Sour Candy. I'm obsessed with Sour Candy with Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I almost texted you and asked you if we could add those because I really like Kiss and Makeup. I think that's what it's called, right?
Yeah, I didn't think about it until this morning. So
that would be in my top 3 if we had added it. But
good to know. Sour Candy probably would have been in my top 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then also shout out to the songs I was going to put on my list, but I couldn't find a place, which was See You Later and Crazy Over You. I just couldn't find space, so they didn't make them, but I liked them enough to shout them out.
Yeah. Your face.
As soon as you said that number one, I'm like, it's over.
Yeah, that was the only one I was confident about, and you have talked about that one, where I don't think I've ever mentioned
Nope.
Love to Hate Me. Or any song for that matter. I was debating between I really like
my big mouth.
I really like Whistle too, so that could have been exchanged for Pretty Savage. Like 2 and 3 could have been swapped, but ultimately
I had it for your 2.
Did you? Whistle?
I put Whistle for your 2nd.
Yeah, I almost switched those, but lately I've been listening more to Pretty Savage than Whistle.
And I had Pretty Savage on here and I took it off. But I didn't
put it on my list at all?
No, I had it on here and then I switched it and I switched it for solo. But Pretty Savage wasn't that high though. I had it as your 9, I think, originally. So I still wouldn't have got it, but I would have had it on the list.
Yeah, I didn't put any of their solos on my list.
I like Solo by Jenny, so I did actually put it on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Shall we reveal our points?
I got 80.
I got 120. Oh.
It's because you got the number 1.
I get to keep my crown.
I will steal it one day. Just one day. I just can't. I can't grasp your music taste, Macy. You're too much of a unicorn. It's upsetting me at this point.
Oh my gosh. I just like what I like. I can't help it.
I know. Talk about them more, though, so I can at least get something. Yeah, guys, that was the game.
Try to sound less excited.
Yo, I really might just put in the parentheses for this one, aka new title, Watch Simone Lose.
That'll spoil it, though.
Yeah, I guess. Even though it should be predictable at this point. I haven't been doing good.
Oh gosh.
My reign was once, and that was it.
On BTS.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, counts for a lot. Because it's our favorite group.
That's true. Start talking about these songs more, Macy.
I know, right?
But yeah, that was Blackpink. I hope it wasn't too bad at the beginning. I know we kind of went off.
We kind of ragged on them a little bit, but it's not in a negative way. It's more so.
I was like, we really ragged on the group. I think we just ragged on
themselves.
our frustrations of. And I don't want to be one of those fans where, like, we're screaming they're being mismanaged. Because, like I just said, I don't know what happens behind the scenes. I don't know what they want to do. I don't know these people. I don't talk to them. I don't talk to their management, whatever. It's just, for them to be so, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just a weird phenomenon. I would like more music from them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I do like them musically. It's just, yeah. I just don't know what to say anymore.
Well, I guess we can wrap it up. Any closing thoughts?
I mean,
besides that,
do you have any better closing thoughts than me? More positive ones?
I
Go stream some Blackpink.
Yeah,
First of all,
like
the reason
them.
we do this group is for people to go, if you don't know about them, go find them. And we only talk about groups, well, as of now, that we're interested in. So we obviously really like them.
Yeah, I think they deserve the fame that they've gotten. I just hope that they will produce a little bit more content because I think that they're capable of it and I like them and want to hear more from them. I do have kind of some more songs that I don't groove with as much as other groups, but that doesn't mean that I don't like it. So I think they're definitely a girl power group and I'd like to see them do more, and whatever they want to produce out, I'll definitely listen to it and I'll probably like it.
I also forgot to mention that Rosé was at the Met Gala that just happened.
Yeah, one of her outfits, she was one of the outfits that I liked the most because I saw some pictures and she looked really good.
Yeah, the Met Gala was very interesting this year.
Yeah, there were some weird pieces. I saw some, I can't remember his name now.
Well, the theme was like American something, which was already...
Well, it was supposed to it's supposed to be inspired by American figures. So you were supposed to pick an iconic look from an American figure and recreate it.
Oh, see, they didn't say all that. I didn't know that was the theme of it, but do they ever really stick with the themes?
Some of them were way out there. So
that was fun. And again, she looked gorgeous, so there's that. They also have their own social media, so you don't have to just follow the group. They have their own personal Instagrams. I know Jenny has a YouTube channel. Don't know if the others do. Yeah, she started it beginning of this year, I think. I've watched it. I don't even know what it's the name of it. I just know she has her own personal, probably blog, YouTube channel.
I'm hoping that this kind of is going to be a turn for them, reaching out more and kind of interacting more and doing their own things. So hopefully we'll get to see more of that.
Yeah.
And hopefully Jisoo will get her solo. So
I'm praying for her. Also rumored that they might be coming out with a new song also featuring Megan Thee Stallion. And what is that really popular producer? Because he's the one who talked about at the VMAs. Give me 1 second. I put blank pink instead of black pink. Come on. Rumored to feature with oh god, I cannot pronounce his name. He's a very famous Latin producer and singer. Ozuna. Trying to think of that one popular song he has. I know this name. But anyway, might be produced with him featuring Megan Thee Stallion and Blackpink. So I am also going to be looking out for that because that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. We'll check that out.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. We're just going to go ahead and end it here. So yeah, that's been Blackpink, guys. Hey. Am I doing the closing or do you want to?
You can do it. My throat's still sore.
Mine's okay. Well, thanks for listening to this episode, and hopefully after this one, you guys come back.
I know. We weren't as enthusiastic, I think, as we usually are, but I think it's just because we are sharing a little bit more of our criticism than things that we're really excited about. So it was a little bit daunting to put that out there. But again, we really like Blackpink, and make sure to go stream their music and support them.
Yes. So you can find us everywhere you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. Give us ratings, comments, maybe. And email us at iwasthinkingpod@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at iwasthinkingpod. Thanks for listening. The next group we will do, don't know yet, but you'll find out when I post it. Okay, go stream some Blackpink. Blackpink in your area. Bye. 난 지금 너를 찾는 거야 딩동 Player, you ain't no 사람 잘못 골랐어 난